Coming to you live from my office at the University of Nebraska, Lincoln. It's Trio 30 Talk, and I'm the host who is in desperate need of a haircut, Brian Stutz. How are we doing all today? Thank you all for tuning in, and today we have a great episode to talk all about university career services. A second time repeater on the podcast and our YouTube channel. Thank you very much, everyone. Let's give it up for Letty Garcia. How are we doing today, Letty?
Hi, Brian. Thank you so much. I'm doing very well. Thank you for having me again.
Yes, it was great last time to hear everything about what you have to offer. And the past year was COVID and everything along those lines. And so I know a lot of things have changed and new things are on the horizon coming up. And so we really want to talk to you a little bit more about everything that the Career Center has to offer our students and so forth. So feel free to take it away and tell us all there is to about University Career Services.
Thank you. Yes, well, I'm happy to be here and to tell all one of our students from Trio Support Services that Career Services is here to help you now that we are transitioning back to on-campus and in-person activities. We are here, and a lot of our services, are still here and available. So I'm going to cover a lot of information in just 30 minutes, but hopefully either way we'll get you connected, and Brian is a good resource for you to ask for too if you need more information after this presentation.
Yeah, this is a whet and appetite. And this one, you won't get a whole lot of information, but you'll get just enough to learn, and then you can go and learn more if you need to.
Yes, of course. So today you'll just be getting a quick overview of jobs and careers at UNL and just an overview of our services here at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. And so my name is Letty Garcia, and I'm one of the first generation career advisors here at our office. And I primarily work with first generation students. So if you're the first in your family to go to college, I am your career advisor. So come find me at University Career Services. And so we'll go on to the next slide. As I mentioned, we have quite a bit of content today, but I have identified just 3 easy steps for you all to consider, to keep in mind as you are coming back to campus. And we're going to walk through each of these in greater detail, but let's go ahead and mention them now so that you can kind of keep them in mind as we go out through the rest of the presentation. So the first action step you should consider is to activate your handshake account. So we're going to walk you through step by step how to do that in just a moment. The next one is to find your career coach, which you already have. You found me. And the next thing that we'll talk about is to update your resume. So we'll go on to the next slide to talk about what you all want to know is what career services can help you with. So at Career Services, we help students through a variety of different experiences. So if you are a student who is exploring majors and careers, if you have identified a major or you are undecided, we can have conversations and we can have meetings to help you really come to those decisions and to really identify what's going to be a good major and career fit for you. We do have our career services advising appointments available, so you can schedule through My Plan, and we are meeting in person or virtually, whatever is your preference. We are available for you to come and connect with us. And so we also help students gain experience, and this is through perhaps jobs, finding part-time jobs on or off campus, internships, and all of those types of experiences. So we also help students create effective applications. So for any type of jobs, you're going to need some resumes and cover letters to submit. And so we help students articulate their experiences in those types of documents. And we also help students prepare for all things of the job search process, so even interviewing. So we can help you with that. And we'll go to the next slide to just mention a few more things there, but Career Services also helps students connect with professionals and employers. And We do this through some of our signature events, which are the career fairs, employer meetups, and those types of events. And so this year, our career fairs will be in person and virtually. So you'll have kind of the two options there that you can participate in, and more details to come on that. As a career services unit, we also help students prepare for graduate school. And so all these topics that I've mentioned, we're here for you, and we can help you create those targeted job search strategies or just any goals that you want to achieve. We can help you in that process. So the easiest way to connect with us is to visit our new and updated career services website. You can schedule appointments through there. You can access your Handshake account, which we'll cover here in just a moment. So this is what that career services page looks like. So if you are interested in seeing what resources, what other events are coming that are career related, this is the place to go. So we'll go on to the next slide. And next we'll talk about just how to find campus and work-study jobs. So if you'll go on to the next slide, Brian. The first step that I've asked you to identify is to create and activate your Handshake account. This is going to be the platform that you use to apply for jobs on campus, including work-study. So if you haven't updated this or activated the account, you'll want to do that. If you are enrolled as a student, if you are an incoming student and you're enrolled officially, you have access to this. You simply have to activate it and use your Husker email and password to activate that. And then on the next slide, you will see how that page looks like when you activate that account. You can use the different filters to identify the on-campus job that you are looking for. And if we go on to the next slide, you'll just see an example of what that job search looks like. And so you'll see a variety of different on-campus opportunities, including work study. So on the next page, we have where to find information on whether you qualified for a work study position or not. If you do have questions, if you qualified for work study or not, Husker Hub is going to be the place to go to find out specific questions about that. Once you do know whether you did qualify for work study, you can start using Handshake to find those work study jobs. And so on the next slide, that search looks just the same as if it was an on-campus job. The only thing that changes is selecting that work study filter. So that on the next page, you can see what those jobs look like, which are very similar to what we saw earlier. But again, these are specific to work study jobs.
Yeah, and just so everyone knows, Husker Hub is right below our office in Canfield. So you can go there and meet them in person, or you can email them, I'm sure, or call them to get the information if you do qualify for work study. I know a lot of our students are always looking for that. So thank you for breaking that down. I wasn't even aware on how Handshake worked. Now it is just Handshake is just on campus jobs, or is that community jobs, or how does that work?
Yeah, so that's a very good question. So Handshake is going to be for on-campus and off-campus opportunities. So if you're specifically wanting on-campus, yes, most jobs will be on there, campus specifically. If you're interested in something out of campus, you can also use Handshake for that. There are other public sites that you could use as well, but for sure, Handshake is what the University of Nebraska uses to help students and Husker students connect with opportunities in the Lincoln area. So
yeah, for those listening on podcast, just looking on the video on the screen here, again, you can watch this look this on YouTube as well, but Handshake, it does remind me of kind of like Indeed a little bit. If you're on the website of Indeed and you know what that looks like, looks like what the layout is of the Handshake app.
Yep, that's very true. So if you've used Indeed, Glassdoor, or any other of those public platforms, the Handshake is very similar and very user friendly. So it's very easy to create that account and to activate that. So as I mentioned earlier, you're going to need your NUID and your password to complete and set up your profile, and then you can start searching for jobs. on campus or off campus, whatever your goals are, your preference is at this point. One thing that I do want to mention is that when you start applying for jobs on Handshake, most jobs will require that you submit a resume and cover letter or other additional documents. And so we are looking for something like this. This is what we call a transitional resume, something that is transferring your experiences from high school to more of a professional document. So we won't go into too much detail with this today, but again, if you have questions on what to put on your resume, how to create and articulate your experiences, come see me and we'll get you started with some resources to update your resume. So more job search tips. If you are interested in working on campus on any department here at the university, we encourage you to start looking in July. We are now in mid-July, so you are right in a good place to start applying for jobs. And I always encourage students to keep applying and to apply to more than one, because you always need a backup plan, right? So if something doesn't go how you expected it, you at least have another option. And these jobs that are on Handshake, they are vetted on a day-to-day basis. So what you see one day might be updated the next day, or you might see something new. So we always say, keep checking regularly to see if some of those jobs update. And again, watch your email, because a lot of the communication that's going to be taking place from the employer and you is going to be directly from that email you put in your application. Okay, so this is my contact information. We went over a lot of information in just a few minutes, so I want to make sure that you have my contact information. If you have any questions, anything related to career services, or you are interested in starting your job search, interested in updating your resume, if you have any issues creating your Handshake account, send me an email, or you can contact me by phone as well, and we can troubleshoot those things as well. One thing that I do want to mention before we take off here for today is this page that we have on our website. So if you take a picture of the QR code there, it will take you to our incoming information students page on our website. So if you are an incoming student, we have resources created for you on our page, as well as if you are a first gen, a student of color, student with disabilities, part of the LGBTQIA community, we have resources on our website for you. So please check out those resources. And lastly, we encourage you to connect with us and stay connected with us through our different social media platforms. These are great ways to stay connected with our community, career services community, but also find out if there's any positions available on campus or off campus, or if we have any employers who are visiting the university that you want to connect with. And we also highlight student success stories too. So you might be able to connect with some peers through our social media as well.
Perfect. And that's Instagram and Twitter are at UNL Careers. Facebook is at UNL Career Services. So that way you can check throughout all those platforms. No TikTok yet in the career service world?
No TikTok yet. We are a little bit behind on that one, but you know, we have a great team. We have a great intern, so I'm sure he is already kind of thinking about some of these things too, of creating a TikTok. But I
get Mo on that. Get him on that.
Yes, yes. Mo is really great. Mo is actually a student support services, a TRIO student as well. So
yeah.
If you come and visit our office, you might see him here. And he can tell you all the great things that he's learned so far here at Career Services.
Well, Letty, thank you very much for all the information on career services. Now, for our first year students out there who are like, I don't need a job. I'm just going to focus on school. I'm not really sure what I want to do. I always try to recommend them to still try to get involved with your office and give me some reasons why I should continue to do that.
Yeah. So it's always good to connect early and often with career services, because even if you're not looking for a job, your major later down the road may require you to have an internship or to have some type of experience. And so we want to help you connect with those experiences, update your resume, and to start transitioning that high school experience into a more transitional resume, as I've been saying. And so we can help you get started on that, even if you aren't actively searching for a job right now.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than realizing, oh, there's a job actually I might want to apply for, and then realizing you have nothing, and then have to cram and then try to get appointments, and there's appointments booked because people are already taking advantage of the services, which I really think is really important for you to think about as students out there listening or parents listening, to encourage your student to really take effort in their career, start now at their first year. That way that when they get to senior year and they're ready to graduate and go on to that professional gig that they want to do, or to graduate school, whatever it may be, they're kind of already in a place where they feel comfortable getting that resume and making, minor adjustments as opposed to starting from scratch.
Yeah.
I also think they talked about, Letty talked a little bit about kind of some career exploration too. So some of those, you wanted to do become a doctor, and you became in biology, whatever, I think it's life science 120, and you realize science is not for me and I don't want to be a doctor anymore. And now what do I do? It's a great chance for you to start doing some career exploration as well, and through your office.
Yes, absolutely. And one thing that I want to encourage students to start thinking about is how you want to get connected to gaining experience, right? What does that look like for you? If you want to start shadowing or getting an internship later or a part-time job, what does that look like for you? And I think once you identify kind of what those goals are for you specifically, you'll have a little bit more direction, and we can have those types of conversations with you so that you have the support and the resources to kind of navigate that process.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Letty. Again, if you all, are looking out to make sure that you let us know that you came and watching, this is our check-in time period. Again, if you're listening on the podcast, you can find the check-in in the description of the podcast, along with any links that we had presented today on our PowerPoint. If you want to watch us on YouTube and you're listening to the podcast, we're UNL Trio Scholars. But here's where you can just put that QR code right onto your screen. Check in, let us know that you came to watch our video either right now or in the future if you're listening to this later on. That way you can know that you're here. Give us some feedback. Let us know what you think. If there's a resource out there that you're interested in learning more about, I can schedule them on here and let them talk all about their office and everything. So again, we have a lot of partners on campus that come through. This is I think our 10th episode this summer so far. So you're able to really, really learn a lot of different resources on campus. But if there's one that's not there, let us know. Again, as always, you can find us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, on UNL Trio Scholars, on both of those, or our Facebook group. You can use the QR code here or find us there. We are on Spotify and Apple iTunes podcasts, so you can listen to us there. So thank you all. Subscribe, give us 5 stars, tell your friends. I always say this podcast is for Trio students, but it can be for all UNL students, because all the resources that we talk about benefit everybody. The tuition dollars that you pay or your student loans pay are there for you, for all of our students. Letty, what are you looking forward to most about everything being back full swing here on campus?
I'm looking forward to seeing all of your faces. I want to see students in person and, just back on campus and back into the swing of things. So I am looking forward to just seeing the campus with students. Agreed.
I'm looking forward to looking out my window and seeing, a sea of red, everyone going to class, all the students. We're really excited. This year is going to be an exciting time. I'm sure a lot of you first year students and our sophomore students are real excited to get back and have that true UNL experience that a lot of others have talked about and raved about, and how awesome it is here. And we're going to show you that this year with a lot of different activities and different events that we have coming up. Again, thank you again, Letty, for coming on. I really, really appreciate you giving all the information here for us. For all you out there listening, thank you. We'll see you here. It's less than a month away till move-in time. So stay safe, everybody. Till then, go Big Red.